when she said that, and when she talked about, there was one saying that I have to follow up with her and say, what was that? Because it was so profound to me that I will get it tattooed on my body. But something about my light and my light being pinched. And I remember her saying, you're not everyone's medicine. And the reality is the people who need to hear you the most are the people who are going to be unable to hear you. It's not their medicine. You just need to focus on what you need to say. And the people who need to hear it are going to come to that message. Hey, it's me, Erin. Thanks for joining us on the More Love podcast. Do not tell Rebecca, but this podcast is about empathy. She likes people to think she's dead inside, but the truth is she's a big-time feeler who has truly helped me uncover that empathy is my superpower. Oh, here she comes.
Hey, bestie.
Hi, love.
What are you doing?
Oh, just getting ready to host a podcast.
A podcast? About what?
Our life as best friends, who are more like sisters.
Ah, yay! I love us, and I can't wait to share our stories with the world.
Especially the ones that involve us pushing each other, right? To be our most authentic selves.
Oh, man. Okay.
Well, we have officially arrived. We are at the end of season 2.
That's so nuts.
Which, again, as I think back, someone said to me, the number one thing you can do to have a hit podcast is keep recording. And that never occurred that we wouldn't keep recording. I think we just made it a effort to come in every single week and to do our recordings.
You're the type of person that if you do something once, you have to do it over and over and over until the end of time.
I will take credit then. I will take credit for where we are right now in our, because if it was Rebecca's podcast, you'd all have 4 episodes to listen to.
True.
Half of them were when she was on a plane and she thought of something important she wanted to talk about.
That's true. But I am not good at consistency.
That advice is 100% what I tell people all the time. They're like, well, we want to go, we want to monetize our podcast. I'm like, okay, fine. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Well, they say the same thing about social media. You just every day.
Got to be consistent.
Show up.
Show up every day. And I have some people who they did a season and they didn't go viral, so then they lost interest. And every once in a while they go, oh, I wish I was doing my podcast again. I'm like, well, why aren't you?
Yeah.
Do it.
God, we really have learned a lot, though, over the last 2 seasons. I think if we were to go back and watch some of those early episodes, we would love some of the just authenticity and sweetness of who we were, and then also be like, wow, that's super not where we are right now. I think a lot of what we've talked about on the podcast, a lot of our approach for the podcast, we've tried a couple things we were like, absolutely not. We're never doing that again. Just when I think back on the last 2 seasons, it's been a lot of growth and change. It's really mirrored our own personal growth and change in a lot of cool ways.
But I think that's an important life lesson is you don't know until you try. You don't know until you, and what works for other people doesn't always work for you. Just because some book or, some professional says to do it a certain way doesn't mean that that's the right thing for you. And that's okay too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pave your own, what do they say that?
Pave your own path?
Yeah.
pave your own path.
That's right. And do what works for you. Yeah. Celebrate your own victories, man.
Yeah. Speaking of that, for Rebecca's birthday, you won't be surprised to hear that I had a whole plan of what we were going to do the whole day. Starting early in the morning, somewhere around 8:30, 9 o'clock with some coffee. And there was going to be some wineries. There was going to be a trip to the Corning Museum of Glass.
Which I was very excited about.
There was just a lot of things that we were going to do. And then Rebecca found herself on the shitter and unable to.
The day before, I warned you.
Yeah.
I said, I'm a little bit worried. And I said, I'm really hoping it goes away.
Oh, is that
on the shitter?
Wait, so I remember you came in here and you were sick, and then I was sick for 2 weeks.
Pretty sure.
I don't think it was the same thing. I think it was a coincidence.
No, hers was a combination of antibiotics, steroids, and massive not talked about emotions.
Yeah.
It was fine.
There's a lot going on. And so I couldn't get my life together, and I was very, very worried very worried. And so I called her in the morning. I'm like, I think we need to postpone a little bit, just a little bit, because
I got to check it. I got to check it out. I got to see how far I can go from the toilet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yep. So we postponed 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you stopped at the store, got yourself some Imodium.
Sure did.
Because I said, you're going to have to shit and rally here. That's what we're going to need to do.
That's how we started. Guess what? It worked.
I know.
It worked
perfectly
great.
fine.
It worked great. Now, only for that day.
You know what didn't work? Any of the plans I had plans. We did not do
Not one thing.
of the plans.
Not one thing. Yes, we did. We did one thing.
What? Leaf and bean?
That wasn't planned.
Oh, true.
We did one thing.
One thing.
The one thing that was timed and scheduled.
Yes.
Yeah. That's okay. Shift it. We just shifted.
This is why I'm speaking of new.
We still did our favorite things.
New season, new beginnings. Yeah, all of those things.
Yep.
So we basically get in the car. We get to the end of the street. We stop at the stop sign, and I say, "Well, I had an entire day planned, and I would like to take a moment and tell you what that is, because even if we're not going to do that, I need you to know how thoughtful I was in our preparation of doing things that you really wanted to do."
Yeah.
I told her all of those things, and she said, "That's really great. Thank you so much. We're not going to do any of those things."
No. I said. I really love all of those, and I don't think we have enough time to dedicate to what those things deserve, and let's shift those to another day, which we will do, because those are good things.
Because they are good things.
Yes.
Right.
So let's
because we got a late start.
Yes.
We can't. It was too much.
I couldn't justify. You can't go to the Corning Museum of Glass for 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's not enough time.
Yeah.
Especially the way you walk around.
Yeah. Right. Fair.
We would make it through.
Yeah.
Through Exhibit 1.
Right.
To the right.
And then I'm talking to the local artist who's there, who's showing us how they blew glass for their first cat thing.
Right.
We would,
and then they'd be like, "Excuse me, ladies, we're closing."
Yeah.
Closing.
Right.
Because we do get that often.
Yeah. Right.
So I said, we're going to save the money and do it another time.
But then what did she say?
Me?
Yeah. But then she said, what did I say? Why don't we go to a psychic?
You're like, what should we do?
How do we go to a psychic?
I said, let's go to a psychic. And you're like, okay.
And here I am, just like 2 years ago with the escape rooms. I roll my eyes and I'm like, fine.
She's like, well, where do we go? I'm like, I don't know if I Google it.
Yeah, which
so
I did.
She Googled it.
I Googled it. And
so rando popped up.
Yeah, but that
Did you go to that? What's the name of that town?
Lilydale?
Yeah, Lilydale.
We definitely did that. We did do that.
She and her.
All go to Lilydale.
When was that? 2 years ago?
Yes.
When we went there? Yeah.
Yes. But no,
we went to the pet cemetery.
She wasn't gonna make it through there. She wasn't gonna make it.
Bury
so
a
we
dead
found
body
this
in there and
woman
watch it come back to life
on Google, and it's hit or miss,
right?
I think, but I really read some of the reviews. I saw how many stars, right? I said no to a couple people that just I didn't have the feeling for, and then I arrived at someone that I was like, oh, I have a feeling. I'm having a feeling. A feeling.
Now, keep in mind, she doesn't show me any of them.
No,
she just.
All of a sudden, we're sitting in the car, and she hears bring
through her car cell phone service thing.
Yep. Yeah, my Bluetooth.
The Bluetooth, yeah.
Yeah.
And this lady answers.
Yeah. And basically says, not a problem. I can get you in tonight at 5 or 5:30 or whatever time it was. And we said, great, we'll be there.
Okay.
So we went about our day doing all the things that we did not at all have planned, which was awesome. At one point, I'm shoving a French fry in my mouth, and she says, let's go. We're going to a movie. And I'm like, I'm not done eating my lunch yet. And she's like, wrap it up, put it in the car. I'm like,
And then I'm like, do you need ketchup for these fries? I'll just put the ketchup thing in my purse.
No, this is what you said. I'll put the ketchup in my purse. You pointed to it. I'll just put the bottle in my purse. Don't take the ketchup.
I'm like,
do you need the ketchup? Do you need the ketchup? I don't need the ketchup.
Okay. All right.
But I was trying to eat a salad. I'm like, I need to eat until it feels right. I'm not done yet with what feels right. And she's like, we gotta go. I'm like, we just decided on a movie legit 30 seconds ago. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So we go to the movie. It's sold out. It's absolutely sold out.
Why we didn't look to see if there were tickets online?
And
I don't know.
We 100% convinced ourselves that it was sold out only because
it was small.
The movie had already started, not because there were too many people in there.
So do you want to know what I thought of when I was in the bathroom?
What?
Remember I said to you, it's only saying sold out because it started.
Yeah.
And you're like, and I'm like, I'm going to piss my pants. And I was borderline concerned I was going to have diarrhea because we just ate.
Right.
You're like, go to the bathroom. As I go to the bathroom, which is halfway down the area where the movie theaters are, right? Did I not think to myself, I'm going in
I'm
that
just going
theater.
in to see.
I'm going in there to
what's in there.
see
That's
if it's
right.
truly sold out.
That's right.
When I came out, were there 2 workers standing
Oh, yeah.
there?
Because I
I'm
went
like-
past them after I went to go to the bathroom, and I'm thinking to myself, they're going to think I'm trying to sneak a seat.
Right. And I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
But you would have.
I
and
totally
you would have
would
seen
have.
an entire theater full of
I was
all of the people.
And if they weren't full, I would have lost my mind.
Yeah. Well, you would have pulled me in there and be like, I got to show you something. Before you know it, we're watching a show. But anyway, that
But you
didn't
did
happen.
end up seeing that it was full.
So, yes,
and there was only
it was
8
full.
seats in there.
We had to puke and rally. We had to go to a bunch of other little shops. But I introduced you to Dick's Going, Gone.
I know. I went
Which-
back with the kids.
Yeah, you
and
did.
I ended up spending a bunch of money.
Yeah, right. It's a good store.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that. We bopped around to a couple places. We went through the car wash because that was something for me on your birthday that would make me really happy.
That's right.
'cause
That's
all
right. My idea.
all I wanted-
I turned to you. I'm like, want to go to Pound Town?
Yeah, and I'm like, yes. Oh my God, really? You'd let me do that?
Sure will.
And you said, yeah.
Sure will.
Pound Town?
In fact, yeah,
That's
don't
what
you
we call
remember?
a car wash.
Don't you remember we talked about Pound Town? We go to Pound Town, and when you're in there, you smell the cherries.
Yeah. That's anytime you go in the car wash, it's called Pound Town. Going to Pound Town.
Oh, that's in one of our early episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that, but I don't remember what it meant.
Oh,
yeah.
it's triggered by the disgusting cherry oils.
Which we haven't used.
We
those
have
oils
not
in a
used the
long
oils
time.
in a while. I'm over it.
Is that the one that
okay.
reminds me of the
Okay.
Holiday Inn?
Okay.
The Holiday Inn. Yes, we talked about that. See, now you remember Pound
Yeah.
Town.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
Look
asked
at this
her.
year in review we're doing
That's
right now. Look at us.
I asked her if she wanted to go to Pound Town, but first we got a Peppy.
Yeah, no. After we got a Peppy,
Well-
you said I need to have a cold bevy,
Right.
That has some caffeine in it. Oh my God! So we go to Pound Town. I get my car all clean. Everything feels right in my soul. I said, "Do you want me to take you right over here to Wendy's? Because you know where we were, Scott. We were in the quote unquote ghetto.
We were in the ghetto.
Also known as Brighton. That
I was like,
Rebecca.
I go, Erin, this looks very familiar. And I'm
I've been
very
here before.
uncomfortable.
Ben, this is not okay here. I'm like, I cannot with the freaking East Ave Wegmans right there, whatever.
South side of Brighton.
Yeah. Oh my God. We want to stop at DeBella's for a sub while we're over here? I can't. So anyway, I take her to the Wendy's and we start to go through the drive-thru. And I say, hi there, could I please have a small cherry Coke and a small diet? And he says, what did he say? We don't have any diet sodas anymore.
No.
Oh, the diet soda's
Are
also
no longer-
caffeine free.
Oh, yeah. And then he said, and they're not $1.
No, he said that after. So he goes, the Diet Cokes are they're also caffeine free. Right. I said, well, that defeats the purpose because you wanted some caffeine.
Right.
So then we have to basically just get 2 cherry Cokes.
Right.
So I think we're all done with the transaction. And he goes, they're no longer $1. Do you still want them? And I'm like, yeah, I do. What did he just ask me? I said
very
to you,
confused.
what did he just say? How many people get up there and find out that it's $1.27 and are like,
I'm out.
no longer $1 day from a damn sodas.
I don't know.
So anyway,
So we're like,
got it.
we still want them.
Speaking of drive-thrus,
Are you talking about Darnell?
yep, one time
No, not that long ago. It was a couple weeks ago.
November.
It was in November.
It was in November.
Remember the time, this was a year in review, Erin randomly said, I think we should go to Disney World.
Yes.
And I said, great, I'll make it happen. 2
Yes.
weeks later, we're in Disney World.
Yes, same thing. This was that happened on this trip. We were there for a conference. All of a sudden, Rebecca comes bebopping in. It's like, by the way, I changed your flight. We're going to Disney. I said, fantastic. One of those nights, Darnell, who works for me and who is a very, very close friend of mine, is with us because he is at this conference with me.
He's actually supposed to be there.
Right. I knew he was going to be there.
I just show up and
Again,
crash.
it was Wendy's. It was Wendy's again. And so we
Remember
start
the car
to go
in front of us?
through. Rebecca doesn't want anything to eat.
No, I'm laying in the back because it's midnight and
Yes.
you two clowns
And
are like,
we're hungry.
I'm hungry.
We're hungry. So we had to go out. We it could have been a less than a quarter-mile walk, but Rebecca made us get in the car because she was afraid for her life.
It was, talk about ghetto.
So we get
It
in
was
there.
not okay.
We go to order.
No,
and
the
Darnell
car.
says to me,
Wait, what about the car held together with duct tape in front of us?
yes, there was a car with duct tape.
It was
They
not
had
okay.
to open their door to talk to the little thing.
Yes, it was, and took 15
It took
minutes.
forever. And so we say, why is that car taking forever? And Darnell says, hopefully he's asking for hot fries out of the fryer.
Fresh fries.
I said,
Fresh fries out of the fryer. We go,
what?
what is that?
What do you mean? He's like, what do you mean? Yeah. And so we
Scott, do you
pull
hear
up
this?
Huh?
Do you ever hear
fresh fries out of the fryer.
at the fast food place? You ask for fresh fries out of the fryer.
I've heard people say that. Do
What?
That, yeah.
So
I
anyway,
wouldn't.
we're here with Darnell. Me I'm driving. Darnell's in the front seat. Rebecca's laying in the back seat doing who knows what. And he says, when you get up to the place, I need you to order me a Frosty and I need you to order me French fries. But I need you to tell them I need fresh fries out of the fryer.
Fresh fries.
Now I'm mortified.
Right. Who
I
says
am
that?
mortified. I'm like, I don't think I can pull myself to say this. I feel like that's a little demanding. I don't like, why are we doing that? But again, trying to turn over some new leaves here, decide I get
And
up
you got to
there.
say it just like that, he said.
Yeah.
But you can't. You're like, may I please have some fresh fries out of the fryer? And the guy goes, you want fresh fries out of the fryer?
Yeah, no problem. That's what he said. You want fresh fries out of the fryer? No problem. And I turn to Darnell, and Darnell's looking at me like, I don't know what to tell you.
It's a
I
thing.
said, what
what
are
he
you
said.
talking about?
Yeah. Never
This
heard
is
that in my life.
Unreal. So
Every
we
once in a
pulled
while,
up, and that's what they did.
I'd be happy because
And they were
when
hot.
they're like, "Can you pull up there and wait because the fries are just coming out?" Yes.
Yeah, but
Oh.
you didn't
ask for it.
Yeah,
Just
right.
won
It
the
was just
fry
a
lottery.
bonus. Yeah,
Yeah.
Darnell is like, no, you tell them.
Now, I would
Yeah.
assume
Make your own.
we're the
freaking
only
happiness.
ones there minus the duct tape car in front of us.
Right.
That they would have to fry the fries because or there is midnight.
You would think. I don't know.
In fact, the doors were locked. Remember, we were going to
yeah.
walk in?
Yeah.
And you had to go through the drive-thru.
yeah.
Good thing we didn't walk. We'd have to walk through the drive-thru.
I know. It's a good point. I didn't think about that.
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah. So we ended up getting our fresh fries out of the fryer. Darnell's real proud of himself. And he said this is a thing that they just do all the time. Okay. All right.
Oh my God. Speaking of a year in review, do you know that I was dying laughing yesterday morning? I'm reading my gifting book. And for whatever reason, I am dying laughing. Remembering when you and I went on that cruise and we decided to backup dance to the old man singing karaoke.
What was he singing?
My girl.
My girl. So all of a sudden we just walked up right behind him.
Because
Yeah.
they told us we were not allowed to sing.
Right. Because there was no more room for us.
What were we going to sing? The thong song. And they said, no. And we
I
said,
forgot about that.
dying.
Remember when I traded that man some
cracking
jerk
up.
chicken for a
Sure did. Free mat.
for a free mat?
Sure did. I was laughing so hard. I'm
That's funny.
we do some stupid shit.
Remember how I still can't go through the Burger King drive-thru because I can't handle them telling me that I rule?
Yeah.
That happened.
Yeah.
Do they
just
still
last
do
year.
that?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
We talked about that too.
I was with Kelly up the street the other day, went through Burger King, and I'm looking at her, and she's like,
You
it
have to-
doesn't bother me at all. And I said, I don't understand.
Well, we talked
Why?
about the home goods. And they have to do the whole spiel, or it was TJ Maxx.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, do they have to do the whole spiel? You and I
Right.
are in the middle of a conversation, and she still had to do the spiel. I'm like, I think they get paid their docked pay if they don't say it.
Yep.
I can't.
Well, ask my daughter. She works at TJ Maxx.
All right,
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to know.
We
Call
do
her
need
up.
to know. We do need
Text
to know.
her.
Yeah.
Oh,
What's the spiel?
would
Hi,
you
thank
like
you for coming
to
to
order,
TJ
or would you like to
Maxx.
open a
Would you like to open a TJ Maxx
credit
order?
card?
You will
and
be get 20%
save-
off
do
of
that
your
at-
My
purchase
item's
today.
$2.99. Yeah, I'm going to save 10% with your stupid credit card.
I do that
Idiot.
at Staples too. And
Yeah.
Home Depot, and pretty much everywhere. If you like to start a credit card,
Something
No.
else I did in 2024 was start my first escapades at Thunder Deals.
Oh, yeah.
what's
Did
that?
I go to
Thunder
Thunder
Deals.
Deals? Thunder Deals? We haven't talked about Thunder
Yes,
Deals.
we have.
Scott, have you been a part of this
Yeah.
podcast for 2 years or what is happening?
I can't.
What is going on?
Thunder Deals in Greece. It's
Do you
basically
know?
all my returns from Amazon.
Come on, it's all Rebecca's returns in Amazon get put into these gigantic bins, and then every single day you go and there's a different price. So Saturdays are $9, Sundays are $7, Mondays are $5. So it goes all the way down until Thursdays they restock with more of Rebecca's stuff she returns to Amazon, and then they throw all this stuff out there, and then you just pay for it based in the day.
Very few things would get me over to the west side anyway.
Oh.
And that's not one of them. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're missing out. 'Cause
I know.
I went the other day, bought 10 items that I
Oh.
did not need.
Oh.
One of those 10 items was for you.
Oh, great.
What is it?
Stop it.
Look at
Let me have
look
that.
at. It's not even
Oh my
open.
God, give it to me.
It's not even open. The Enchanted Tarot.
It's their 25th anniversary edition. My age.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
It's got all the things.
Look at and open it up. They're not even open.
It's for the year 2025.
I know.
Not even gently used.
It's not even gently used, which most of the things from Thunder Deals are gently used. For instance,
you ready?
The other day I got these little circles
underwear?
for some project I'm having Kelly do for me.
Yeah.
Kelly up the street. And so I got these little circles. There were supposed to be 16 in there. There was only 13. And I'm like, that's a Rebecca return. She needed 3 of these damn circles.
That's not what I
Put the
do.
rest in and then just return it.
No.
That reminds me, Rebecca, what's sitting next to you on the shelf? What do you see on the shelf, the other shelf? What do you see on the shelf is it on that shelf? Maybe I moved it. The cricket machine, is it still there?
Oh, no. It's over there.
Oh, it's over there.
It's over there.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
The cricket machine that we made a deal that you were going to do all the things.
And then
you're like,
I tried one thing and I'm like, I hate this thing.
because that's what
I'm
I
not
did.
doing it.
That's
This is
exactly
terrible.
what I did.
It was terrible.
Anybody
It's
wants
too
to buy that
complicated.
cricket, it's gently used.
It's too annoying. Yeah. No, you have to be like a serious crafter to care.
There weren't enough YouTube videos to prove that I could do it.
Oh my God. So wait, I need to read you what this kit includes. 78 stunningly beautiful tarot cards, an elegant velvet drawstring bag to store your cards.
Good.
And a 208-page book guiding you through the tarot.
Okay.
I'm very excited about this.
Can you open it up so we can see what the cards look like?
I'm sure you're approved.
Are
Can you do a reading? Are
worried?
you qualified to do a reading?
I mean,
Tarot?
Oh, I don't love
mean-
how they look.
why?
They're kind of ugly.
I mean, they're better than the ones you hate.
That's true. The ones you're going to use today?
No, I'm going to use my mermaids, but you hate the ones that are like
the stupid
like the animals.
little animal. I
could do
love
these
the
today.
way that the animals look.
I know,
I
but
don't,
you don't like
love
the
the
sayings.
sayings.
Yeah.
It's too cheesy.
Which I guess we could use if you like the sayings of this. Who's to say you have to use
Let's
the
try
same
one.
book? I mean, is that okay? I know.
Oh my God, I just felt a shift happen. I can't. What do you mean? You use this tarot deck with this tarot deck's book? I think that's not okay.
I mean, the
doesn't
fool's the fool.
Right. That doesn't. I don't think so.
It is.
I don't think so.
I think
we got to ask Kelly up the street.
I think we need to ask a real professional. But I think the fool's the fool, regardless of what deck you use.
Wait, Kelly up the street does tarot as well?
We're not allowed to talk about her.
But yeah, we're not allowed to talk about her special powers. But I will tell her that I did tell her that we're going to make it in 2025, and
Is she finally going to agree?
May be outed, and she said that it's called out of the broom closet is what they call it when you out a witch. You just outed her when you're not supposed to.
Cut.
When you out someone,
Joe. Snip.
do not air
That
that.
means something else for guys. Please don't say that again.
What? Snip.
Not that I had a problem with it.
No, but no, I think the fool's the fool. I think it's like, anyway.
Something is burning somewhere. I don't know. I feel it in all parts of my body. These are
So if you guys are into tarot, do you do like the Ouija boards and shit too?
No, although on my birthday when we went to the
so this is the whole part of what we were
you're
trying
right.
to talk about here was how the whole thing got.
she did me first, and she asked me if at some point in my life did I what'd she say? Did I use a Ouija board and open like a portal or a spirit? And I said, absolutely not. That shit scares me. She said, okay, just wondering.
I've been watching the show A Haunting.
No.
No.
That sounds scary. We don't do scary.
Oh.
Just murder. I don't. Duh.
Yeah. I mean,
We do after the murder happens.
Right. Well, we want to know.
I do those too, but we were taking a break. I think actually we blew through just about every show that's online.
I know.
Or that's on the streaming services. I could not
Yeah.
find anything that we haven't seen at least twice.
Oh,
Truth.
There's a new one out as of yesterday. But
What?
go ahead. Remember I told you one of the episodes you probably don't remember because clearly you haven't been a part of this show for the past 2 years.
Wait, you just joined recently, Scott. Well, yeah,
Yes.
welcome.
Do you remember when I talked about the curious case of
I just watched it.
Okay,
I just watched it.
The third one's out. Yeah, as of yesterday.
What's it called
Oh,
again?
I thought you were talking about Don't Die, the documentary Don't Die.
No. This is about the woman who they thought she was scamming her as a little kid and they thought she was 21.
Oh, yeah.
Remember her?
Yeah.
The third segment of her now.
You got to send me that because I don't
What is
think I've
that
even
on
watched
again?
the first
And
one.
what's it called?
The Curious
remember-
Case of Something Grace.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We looked into that.
Something Grace.
We never ended up watching it. I'll have to watch that.
The first two, I think, are on Netflix. And the third one, which is the today version, like where she is now, because it left off on a cliffhanger. And then she moved to where my mom lives.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
And now they're doing an update of where she is now and what happened to her, of why she ended up leaving that family that took her in.
Oh.
And they're claiming that she was a psycho.
Oh, well,
And the shoe fits, right?
I know.
So anyway, that I'm going to watch tonight.
I watched this documentary called Don't Die, and it's about this
Oh, the
man
guy.
who's trying to reverse engineer
What's the name
his
of the guy
body.
who reverse engineers aging?
And he basically is trying to
Brian
do...
Johnson?
That's favorite person.
Brian Johnson?
That dude's
Favorite
crazy.
person.
That's your favorite person?
We can read lips on this thing. There's a camera.
That is
Someone that you know is
Jeffrey
favorite.
Paul
Oh,
Bobrick's favorite person. In fact, I have protocol after protocol after protocol that him and his mom follow that I have to constantly order things.
I am not surprised at all.
He just asked me if I watched the documentary, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, it just came out. Yep, just watched it.
And you have a lot of feelings about it?
Oh, tons.
Oh, he says this is the game changer of
but
life.
because of the tarot reading, psychic reading that we had, I'm a new human being.
Oh, so you're all in.
My feelings are very different
Can we
than what
agree
they
that
would have been.
everybody's gonna die? Can we agree?
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Might take longer for some people who like get a complete change of blood.
according
to
according to Jeffrey, there is a chance you can reach what is it called when you don't die?
Immortality.
Immortality. Yes.
No.
that's why you gotta watch this documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So
Nobody
anyway,
wants
so
immortality.
for Rebecca's birthday, thing got foiled. We had the situation at Wendy's where yes, we bought the soda, even though it was more than $1. And then all of a sudden we go to this tarot place. And when I say walk in and feel every bit of light, love, energy, it was
at a sauna,
beautiful.
cold plunge
Yeah.
place.
Yeah,
That she
they do a fire and ice. They do like a
that she like
massage
rents
that
out.
includes Reiki. Like anyway, it was it. Okay,
Yes, it was beautiful. It was really-
the feel was it. And then we sit down,
And nobody was there.
Of course, I say, Rebecca, you got to go first, right?
Plants
and this
everywhere.
Woman starts in on Rebecca's tarot reading, and I'm in tears,
Bawling.
Within
30 seconds.
it was less than 2 minutes
Yeah.
for real.
Yep.
This woman dead nuts on for both of us.
Yeah.
I have never experienced something like that in my soul
Yeah.
that deeply ever.
She was really great.
Have you ever gone to the Purple Door?
Yep. That's the one that they told me I had bad spirit guides and that I murdered my child multiple times in past lives.
Interesting.
This one was not like that.
And
Let's
that was
see.
the same one that told Erin that she had amazing guides and will be a raging success in life.
Yeah. And is that exactly what this?
So I guess I should rescind the invitation that I gave.
Well, no, this
to be on the podcast.
it could have been a different person, but this was
Yeah,
at
there's
the
a
Purple
couple
Door.
of them there. We went there and got readings last year. Yeah, it was February last year.
You need to go to this woman.
This one,
I'm not
we want to
kidding.
have her on the podcast.
We're going to have her on the podcast. I've
Where is
never
she?
experienced anything like this.
So it's on
University.
Oh, is this in South Central Brighton?
No, it's on University. It is called
it's in your text.
yeah,
I can't
something.
think.
Anyway, we'll
We'll think of it.
It's riveting.
put it on the
content.
Facebook page. But this woman was absolutely incredible. So she basically starts out. Well, I'll tell you some of my highlight
Yeah, go
takeaways,
ahead.
and then you can say some of your highlight takeaways. So one of the highlight takeaways was when she was talking about our energies, and she was talking about Rebecca's energy being incredibly plentiful, and that it does not end, and that she can go and go and go and go and go during the day. She's like letting energy bounce off of her, taking in only what she needs, and that she's just bounding through life as this massive ball of energy. Then when she gets to me, she is like, you could not be any more of the opposite of that. So you are taking in an incredible amount of energy and you're getting filled up after 3 to 4 hours in a day. And then you have absolutely nothing left to give. And I'm like, that's 100% true. So she called me something like a producer, a projector.
So she mentioned human design, which is going to be our next phase of.
We were going to have a guest for that.
Yes.
At some point.
Yes. Probably one of the ones that canceled.
Probably or one of the ones coming up in
could be
2025.
Yeah. But she specifically said to both of us, you really need to study human design, not only for individually for ourselves, but for each other, and what is about to happen as a collective.
2025 is a big year for us.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
Is what she was saying.
Yes.
For us individually, because we have been doing a lot of work, but then also for us collectively.
Forging forward.
The words, the alliteration with the letter F, because F was the A, B, C, D, E, F, sixth letter in the alphabet, and it had something to do with something else. And so that was one of the big takeaways that I had is she said, you need to be protecting your energy at all costs, and you need to put yourself in this golden orb or imagine yourself being in this golden orb, because the energy that you are giving and taking is ruining just your life, basically. And I was like, that is so true. I feel that. The next big takeaway that she talked about was how I am not able to step into my own light. Essentially, she said, your light is being pinched because you are so aware and mindful and fearful of the thoughts and the opinions and the feelings of the people around you. And she asked if there had been anything that I had put myself out there lately, or if I had said something that got any type of feedback. And immediately what came from me was my Instagram channel and how I had those 2 videos in 2024 that went viral. And then
You still have a nose ring, but go ahead.
I know. And
she didn't allow
some comments that came up that were too much of an energy take for me. And then I just never went on Instagram again. So I haven't been on Instagram for months. And we went to this woman, and she was talking about that. And she was talking about being on the podcast. And she was talking about the ways in which I will put myself out there only in a very tame way, because I will not allow people to see the full light that I project. Because if I do, then that makes me incredibly vulnerable and then susceptible to the energy of other people. And this just fell apart in my hands.
This card that you just picked?
Yeah. Is about that. This thing just fell apart.
It's called the 7 of Pentacles, and it's called the frustration, the awakening. Fear of failing or indulging in worry about future results will not determine a good outcome. You must keep a strong desire to achieve, even in the face of defeat. The roots have dug deeply into the soil, and the garden will bloom again in its own time. Remember, it is neither profitable nor necessary to continually measure your project's growth.
Yep. Again, that's my theme. And when she said that, and when she talked about, there was one saying that I have to follow up with her and say, what was that? Because it was so profound to me that I will get it tattooed on my body. But something about my light and my light being pinched. And I remember her saying, you're not everyone's medicine. And the reality is the people who need to hear you the most are the people who are going to be unable to hear you. It's not their medicine. You just need to focus on what you need to say. And the people who need to hear it are going to come to that message. And that was huge for me as well. So those are 2 of my big takeaways.
Yeah. And the way that she was able to bring so many things full circle was really...
By telling her nothing.
Nothing.
We told her nothing. She didn't even know who we were outside of my first name.
No, she knew absolutely nothing. And we specifically asked for individual readings because we knew, we always know people, you just kind of, kind of know things. And it was just, I really want to have her as a guest to give more information, because I think that other people would appreciate her relatableness. She wasn't hokey.
Nope.
She wasn't strange.
Nope.
She wasn't, she was like a girl's girl.
She was very in tune.
Yeah, I really liked her.
And just very present.
Yes. She reinforced for me. I think sometimes it's hard for us. We like going to these things, but it's hard for us because we do talk about this stuff all the time. But what I liked about her is she really reinforced that the things that you and I had already determined were our 2025 goals, I guess is what the word is. And for me, it was you need to start speaking up more. Your voice matters. You need to stand up for yourself. Not stand up for yourself. That's the wrong word. But what did she say?
Your voice deserves to be heard in spaces, even if it makes people uncomfortable.
Yes. And you have something to say, and it matters. And
she kept going like this. I'm feeling it in my throat.
Yes.
It's so
and she kept
strongly
burping.
in my throat. Yeah.
And she's like,
she said that was her confirmation.
Yes.
That she was on the right track.
Yeah. It was very weird. And, but that's feedback that I kept getting professionally in areas of my life. So again, it was just continuous confirmation, continuous this, that, and the other. And it was like, okay, all right. I'm hearing it.
Well, and then she also said, oh, wow, something really substantial happened to you at such and such an age.
Yeah.
And that really changed who you were as a person.
Yes.
And wow, I'm really seeing whatever.
Yes.
And then she said, what was it? And you said, that's the year I had Taylor.
Yes.
And I can confirm that was a massive change the minute Taylor was born for so many different
lots of things changed.
Aspects of your life, letting go of things, not doing certain things, changing your philosophy. It was a
almost changing my career trajectory.
Yes. It was huge.
Everything changed. Yeah. Putting down roots. A lot. I mean, I lived in a dorm, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, right.
Everything changed.
But we will 100% have this woman on the podcast. She was unreal.
Yeah.
And when I say that reading has changed my life, something became right with my soul when we left there. And I am noticing two very important things. One, I'm noticing that I am being much more present during the day of my output and my input and
making choices based
energy choices based on energy,
which is advice that I gave to you.
Yes.
We're no longer people pleasing.
And I'm also not going to pre-book my schedule something fierce in anticipation of that energy. So I'm already saying I'm closed for January.
Yep.
So we're looking into February.
Yep.
Right? The second thing I'm doing, which is related to that, is, and this is fascinating to me, I genuinely don't have a problem setting boundaries. In fact, I love boundaries. Boundaries are one of the things that are my cornerstone of who I am as a human being. When I went through a whole bunch of shit over the last couple of years, then I got on Prozac, which was a really nice break because I just felt nothing for a very long time. And then as I slowly started to re-engage back with humanity and some other things that happened to me in 2024, I've now been full circle realizing the way in which I've lost touch of the part of myself that is incredibly boundary driven. So I always know when I feel like a boundary needs to be set. What has been turned down or muted over the last 2 years is my ability to set the boundary because all of these other, competing priorities were coming in, whether that was I need to be loved, I need to be liked, I need to be seen favorably, I need to do this or do that.
Or a definition of something.
Yes.
Like a relationship or your job or what's perceived as a priority.
Yes. Yes. So one of the things that has happened since that reading is now my ability to be, and because of somatic yoga therapy that I've been going to, my ability to be able to connect immediately with the feeling that's happening, be present with that, and then set a boundary. Prime example, yesterday, I was talking to someone who was like, oh my God, I'd really love to get together with you. Someone I hold very dear. I love her very much. I'd really love to get together with you. When can we get together? Could we do this? Could we do this? And throw out a couple dates. I said, February is the first time I'm going to be able to get together. And she's like, oh my gosh, that's so long. Does it really need to be that long?
Yeah.
And I said, yes, because I'm doing this in the third week, this in the fourth week. I'm busy, got a lot of stuff going on. And
the fact that you even had to justify it makes me mad. The fact that they even asked that question is frustrating.
Which is okay, because they're tempting, right? They're little temps. But I wouldn't have had this beautiful moment had that not happened, where I was saying out loud, yes, I have something in the third week, something in the fourth week, and I'm leading up into those things, and my energy is pretty maxed. So we're
read
going to
the
have to
room,
do
man.
February. So, and I was clear about that. So,
And that might be canceled too, by the way, because we might not be feeling it. Sorry, I'm getting
Yeah.
triggered. Okay.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
fact, I'm now managing the calendar. I'm feeling very triggered here.
But what beautifully happened was I said, she had said, well, maybe we could have a phone conversation in January and then we could get together in person a phone conversation in January and then we can get together in February. And my whole entire body got flooded. Not because I don't love this person and want to see her.
Yes.
I don't have the energy to be able to do that. So instead of doing what I normally do,
And
which
just
is sure we
people
can,
please.
right? And I don't know if people know this about me, but I hate talking on the phone. Hate it.
I know.
Hate it.
Except
so
for with me.
much. So much. You randomly call in the morning. That's my phone call, and then
That's it.
I'm done.
I know.
I'm
I know.
done for the rest of the day.
I know.
hate talking on the phone.
I know. You even text your mom who lives in your same house.
Correct.
I'm aware.
Yes.
Which I find so weird.
I'm not gonna call her.
You don't go over there
No.
and just say, hey.
No.
I know.
So I basically say, I thank you. I said, I really appreciate you and I value you as a person. I am really trying to honor and set boundaries right now around my energy. And I don't genuinely have the energy this month to be able to make that happen. But I would really like to get together with you in February. And she said, absolutely, thank you for being that clear or that direct or whatever. And I thought, wow, in that moment, I never would have done that before. I would have just done it. I would have grinned and bared it. I would have, even though I hate talking on the phone, even though for me, the energy is we have so much to catch up on that I just am not in a place where I'm able to rehash all of what's been going on. And so I honored how I felt about it, which was so beautiful. And then she received it. And then something came up for her internally where she was feeling rejected. So then she felt comfortable saying, I'm someone who needs to be around people and I'm someone who, feels like our relationship has been slipping and I'm feeling like this, and this. And again, instead of normal Erin, which would have been like, oh my God, I don't want you to feel that way. Let's just find a time we can quickly chat or whatever. I said, thanks so much for telling me that. And let me just tell you how I feel about our relationship. And I didn't feel responsible for the feelings that she was having. I didn't feel responsible for changing the outcome. And I didn't feel responsible for changing my decision to not get together. And it just felt so harmonious in that one moment. But I attribute a lot of that to, yes, I'm reading audiobooks. Yes, I've been on this journey since October. Yes, I'm doing the work. But this tarot reading for me just hit it home in such a way that has allowed me to be present with where I'm at and who I am. And it was really effing beautiful in that moment. And that got me so energized about 2025 and what else it's going to throw at me so that I can practice those skills.
Yeah, and that's the dinger right there. That's the dinger.
The practicing?
Yes, and I think that's why I was so triggered in the beginning of the story because I knew I could just see how it was going to play out and how you normally would respond and how I feel like I have to come in and protect you. Not because I don't want you to have friends.
Yeah.
I freaking want you to have thousands of friends, but I know how you are and I know how it needs to be.
Yep.
And it irritates me when people can't read the room.
But why that irritates you is because you've not been able to have trust that I'm going to set an appropriate boundary.
Well, and
So
people
fair.
don't see you.
So fair.
Just, this is not about you. Absolute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I love that. I love that. I love
It's
that.
very
that you-
triggering. Don't look at me right now. Stop it. I don't.
I love that. I just appreciate
Stop.
I appreciate that. You do see me and you are very protective of me. And what did we talk about at the end of the tarot? How you can't say it at Panera. We're standing there ordering a damn bread bowl with the sourdough.
Don't. Oh my God, the stupid
with the damn sourdough. And I said to you, the protection for me is about when you say things and I don't feel you're being seen or understood correctly, I have to come in and I have to save it. Because why? want to talk about full circle? I haven't been able to trust that you're going to be able to speak up in that moment and protect yourself from the bullshit people are throwing at you.
No, we got okay. Listen,
how beautiful is that?
can we talk about the real
so beautiful?
Can we talk about the real winning of 2024?
Yeah.
After that, Panera with the sourdough.
Yep.
We went.
Please take note, everyone, that she immediately moved into the emotional topic and what she's about to talk about. Thank you.
Because you know. Okay. You know what I'm going to talk about.
Exactly what we're talking about. By the way, you need to send that picture to Scott so he can post it on the actual podcast itself.
Yeah. We went to our final escape room of 2025.
Yes.
Did
2024.
Or 2024.
Yes.
Did we beat it with 3 minutes remaining?
4 minutes.
4
Thank
minutes?
you.
We sure
And
did.
how did we know we beat
sure
it?
Because
when that last door opened, we had to grab the dummy, the actual
body.
dummy, because we saved him from Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And in order to win, we had to take that dummy and carry him out the door.
Out the door.
And did I carry him like
Sure
I
did.
just won the Olympics?
Sure did.
I sure did.
Sure did. I'm pretty sure. So this was the best part. Because we're idiots. We slammed that door open. She's got the man above her head. I have his crotch right up in my face.
Yeah.
And there is a family.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the waiting
And we're
room.
like, wait.
And that's how we ended 2024.
No, how we ended it was taking a picture of us both holding the dummy, and the dummy had a hand like this, was in a cup position.
Yep.
And both of us took it, put it right
on our
over
boobs.
one of our tips, and said, "Take a picture of that." And that guy who worked there, he'd never seen anything like that in his
he was
life.
like,
he's like, "This is the last day I work here." You guys are nuts.
The people that go to those kinds of places are not us.
No, they are not. They are not. They are not, but Mama got a win, didn't she?
We sure
Mama
did.
Got a
We
win.
sure did.
So
we
thanks
sure
for
did.
sticking with us
That's
for
right.
the first 2 seasons of More Love, the Power of Empathy podcast. When I say we, I really mean Rebecca and the team here at RockFox have some really big things planned for you in 2025. They've already started to talk to me about it. I've already denied most of them, of which we will still probably do all of them. But please join us for season 3, where you see how I become the talent and everyone else just runs the show, because that's what's actually going to get us more views. Please like, subscribe, share the More Love, and join us on our Facebook page. We're really excited to see you in season 3.
Well done, Erin.
I loved that.
Me too. Isn't empathy amazing?
Well, we're amazing. I don't know about all this empathy stuff.
That's fine. I accept you wherever you are.
Oh, God.
I love you.
I love you too.
And if you love us, please like and subscribe to More Love, the Power of Empathy podcast, wherever you get your podcasts.
See you next time.